Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Thursday Thoughts. Des here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great week. Looking forward to another weekend. It's quickly upon us again, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly these are flying around at the moment. I mentioned yesterday an episode I did a couple of months ago. I thought it was only a couple of weeks ago. So just shows that time's flying. Everything that's going on around us probably isn't helping in that sense, but it also shows that from my point of view, it feels like I'm getting on with things, getting things done. Really, really busy right now. I've got so much on, got so many things I'm really looking forward to putting into action. Some big plans for 2021, whatever the situation is. So been working hard on those. Everything seems to be snowballing at the moment. So it's catching up with me a little bit. I've had a great week. I've mentioned a few times with the running, as has everybody. The Tuesday training, the Wednesday workout yesterday, absolutely fantastic. I think between 22 of us in the end, there was nearly 300,000 steps completed, which will be the equivalent of walking from where we're based in Nottingham to the other side of London. About 140 miles that averages out to. So brilliant effort there, guys. Thanks for getting involved. It was a bit of a trial towards one of those, or a couple of those plans I've got sort of looming. So it was a good test, and it really did the trick. Lots of the guys enjoyed it. People asked if we could do it again. I think the ability to take part throughout the day and keep sort of going back to it, building your steps and watching your tally build really sort of kept people motivated and kept people interested throughout the day. So really, real good effort there. Really proud of what everybody did. So great activity, but like I say, I've done some good activity myself. A little bit tired today with all that work, and my last couple of runs in particular have been a bit purposely been a bit sluggish. I've really slowed things down. I realised that whilst I'm flying and I'm performing a lot better than I have been recently, it's important just to sort of manage the injury, manage the situation, and get through it as strong as I can. It's the 12th now, so I've done 12 days of running. I'm really, really pleased with that. One of my aims throughout lockdown is to run 5k a day, and so far from the 1st of November, a little bit before lockdown, I've managed to do it. Kept it a little bit under the radar just to make sure I do it. Just in case the injury doesn't hold out. But feeling strong despite that tiredness. So I'll be back on it tomorrow. I'm sure I've already arranged to meet a friend. That accountability thing I always talk about. So after my walk in the morning, tomorrow afternoon, I'll be going out for a run to hopefully feel a lot better about that. But like I say, fantastic effort all around, absolutely brilliant. Really, really pleased with all that. Hopefully you're enjoying it and really attacking things again, realising how important it really is. But of course, Thursday's about questions, your questions. I try to answer those. Last week, I threw back a question to you guys, which was posed to me. It was which song reminds you of 2020 and everything that's been going on. It was asked by Simon, who answered the question by saying his is The Pretender from the Foo Fighters. He says it starts off really steady, but when he's out doing his activity, particularly when he's out on a run, the pace of it really speeds up, and he says before you know it, you're running with a rocket up where, as if there was a rocket up there. So he says it's really good for getting him fired up, getting him going, and getting him motivated to do what he needs to do. Okay, for pretty much similar reasons. Says Energy by Disclosure. It's got a great beat to run to, and it's got some really motivating words, and it's something she keeps playing, and I've mentioned it a lot. I've sort of heaped a lot of praise her way, but she's been doing fantastic with the running, and it's something she's using to keep her going. Ben, couldn't be anything else, could it? September, Earth, Wind and Fire. For those who are not so familiar with the DOdaily community, we sing a song to Ben change the words to Earth, Wind and Fire. So it's got to be one of his favourites. But he also says he's been listening to a lot of new indie stuff. Indie used to be a big favourite of mine in the 90s, with all the well-known bands and the competition. But Ben's listening to a lot of new stuff, so I might give that a go. Something possibly I'm going to try out as well. My own, talking about myself, I said I'd answer that. I don't know why. Really sort of, I've heard this song before and I've heard it a lot, but something I can't stop listening to at the moment is New England by Kirsty MacColl. There's no particular reason, but in the last few weeks, last few months, it's something I've played quite a lot and put it on playlist and really enjoy sort of running or listening to it. Of course, she's got an absolutely amazing voice, and that's one of the big draws to it, but there's not that many different words in it when you listen to it, but it's just something that gets me going. And it just proves we're all sort of inspired by different things, doesn't it? This is the point of this, is just to sort of give people ideas, the different things to listen to, try things. If it works, it's fantastic. If it doesn't, nothing's really lost from it, is it? Dawn says, Raise Your Glass by Pink. Similar to what Kay said about the words, she's really listened to the words properly and enjoys listening to a bit of Pink. And Steve, who's just got himself involved in the community, has seen a few comments, doing a bit of running, and I'm not sure whether he's new to running or not, but he basically says that he loves Jump by Van Halen. It's always the first track on his playlist when he gets out the door. So that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? That was just us, just a little bit of fun, just to sort of get, like I say, to get ideas, to sort of inspire us to do different things, listen to different things. Yesterday, what did I say about sort of talking about change and accepting things and listening, taking on advice, but making your own decisions? So just a little thing there. Of course, we'll have another one of those towards the end of the episode. But it's great to see. I'm going to sort of listen to some of those because I don't know some of those songs. So it'd be interesting to see, knowing those people, how it works for them, and to see if it can work for me. But anyway, getting into the crux of the questions, the stuff the guys have answered. First question is from Simon. Is there an item that you never leave the house to take part in activity without? He kind of extended on that by saying that sometimes we get bogged down with all the technology. We like to record our runs on Strava. Some people insist on headphones and phones and all these things. I did a sort of a Wednesday workout episode on this. It was about walking and 5 things we must have, and one of those, the one thing I must have is my phone. Sometimes I'll even drop my watch and sort of I'm not very good at charging it up, to be honest, but I need to get my steps in after yesterday and thinking about some of those plans I've got. But I'm not very good at charging it up. So the one thing I must have all the time is my phone, and that's basically to record my run. I don't like not recording it. But Simon made a point about what's called a naked run. It's not running around with no clothes on. It's actually sort of just going out for a run, forgetting all about time, forgetting all about music, just running out in the fresh air. It can do so much for not getting stressed about what you're doing, clearing your mind, forgetting about everything else around you. Because we all get a bit stung up on times, we will, I've mentioned it already this week, we're all keen to progress, we all like a PB, we all get so much from that. But there is times I've done that, like I say, I'm not very good at charging things up. So I'll often go out, particularly when I'm walking, I don't always record what I'm doing walking. I like to do that now to get some sort of, to sort of know how much I've done, to be honest, to know how far I've gone. It's always pleasing to know that. But particularly when I'm walking, I don't record it all. I'll go out and do my videos during the week, and I'm roaming around with a camera in front of my face, and sometimes it takes 10 minutes, sometimes it takes an hour and a half. It's just the way it is. But I've done that without the watch. what I tend to do is, in that case, is not take a watch, but record on my phone. But of course, my phone's in my pocket. It's much harder to pull it out, have a quick look. Whilst you've got your watch on, you just flick up and you can see how far you've gone, what time it is. So quite often I've gone out, I've ran what I think is a certain distance. Perhaps I might think it's 5K and ended up doing 4 miles, you know, or something along those lines. So I don't absolutely sort of insist on having a watch and a phone and all those things. The phone's there for safety, of course, these days, you know, it's important, particularly with the dark nights, you know, it's that added security. But there's no other sort of garment or bit of technology that I use. Sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I don't, you know, it probably just depends how prepared I am. You know, there's not a certain thing I wear, of course, my trainers, but other than that, there's not really anything I insist on. The important thing is running, isn't it? Or activity or whatever you choose to do. For me, it's running, so it's important just to get out there, you know, get my run in, tick it off for the day, and then get the benefits from it. And that's the important thing. That's the thing I couldn't go without now, you know, is all those benefits from doing it. You know, and I understand just by getting out the door, getting that activity and feeling strong, you know, enjoying it, looking around, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. I will just say one of the reasons I do take my phone is if I do see that perfect shot, I have to take that. And again, that's a way of not getting too obsessed with times and stopping, you know. We're all entitled to use it for how we want to use it, you know, to approach it how we like. But sometimes, you know, if I see that killer photo, I have to take it, you know, and then sharing that is something I enjoy doing. So I don't get too bogged down with anything. I do try to take my phone, but again, sometimes if it's not charged, I don't do that. So hopefully that kind of answers that, you know. Of course, it's great to record everything and know what we've done. A lot of what I do and try and encourage people is to do that, you know, so you can check back, so you can see your progress, so it can motivate you going forward, so you can set yourself targets, so you can make yourself accountable. So that's basically my answer to that. You know, whether other people agree or not, please comment. You know what, Simon, what do you always insist on taking? And everybody else, please comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear about that. Any of these questions, add your comments. I'd love to sort of know what you use, and again, that might inspire me going forward. A slight change of, a big change of subject really, and the C word, dropping the C bomb in November. I'm not so sure that's allowed, but if anyone was going to do it, it was going to be Dawn. A question is, what are you looking forward to most this different Christmas? Well, I'd not thought about it too much because, like I just said, it's November, and there's still a good way to go. But of course, it's been a long year. It's been a stressful year. It's been concerning and worrying. So it's important for us. What I like to do for any occasion like this, and I do love Christmas when it's the time, but what I like to do for these occasions is really make the most of them. You know, we can let these things pass. We can have bad ones. We can wind ourselves up about the situation. But such occasions, such standout times in the calendar, you know, we've really got to make the most of. And particularly after the year we've had, you know, it's important to really sort of make the most of what you've got, make the most of the family if you can, you know. Dawn actually says what she's looking forward to for the first time in 20 years is just sitting back, not doing too much, spending it at home with her immediate family, you know, watching TV in the afternoon. If that's how you want to spend it, that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I'm a big advocate of that. You know, lots of people may go to such huge efforts to travel up and down the country, you know, just for a few hours or for a day. You know, in the last couple of years, I've said to Kay that I want to have our family. You know, there's only 2 of us. If we can invite others, that's fantastic. But I'd like to sort of base that from where we are, because in previous years, I've had to go one place one year, one place another year, and you end up sort of racing around all Christmas Day and getting bogged down. So what I want to do is just take that pace off. We'll look at how we're going to spend the Christmas dinner part of that. But what I want to do is spend it at home, but really enjoy the break, really sort of enjoy the occasion, stick on all the cheesy films, all the cheesy songs, eat too many mince pies, all the usual stuff, but also getting plenty of activity. People always say, you're not running on Christmas Day, are you? Well, if you're a runner, if you take part in these things, of course you are. There's normally a park run on Christmas Day in normal times. Whether there will be this year or not is another matter. But as runners, we love to get out there, start a day like we like to sort of attack any other day. If we can get out early, get that one in. Such an amazing place to be, park run on Christmas Day. So I'd like to, if I can, whether it's park run or through do running, or whether it's something I'm going to have to do just between myself and Kay, I'd like to get out there early, get a run in, and really sort of ease up as the day goes on, just have that time at home to sort of enjoy the day, not worry too much about what's happened, not worry too much about what's coming next, and that's what's really important, isn't it? A lot of the time we forget to live in the moment. If there's ever a time to do that, I think Christmas is the time. So for me, being in this new place as well, it's much bigger than what we've had before. We've got a proper dining room all of a sudden, so we can make it nice. We can set it how we want to set it, and it should be a nice time regardless of the situation. So thanks for that question. Like I say, anyone else want to comment, please do. And changing the subject again, I will just say before I read that question out, although you can see it, of course, I always say every week, just keep posting your questions, whatever they are. They don't have to be serious. We're all a little bit guilty of being too serious sometimes, whilst I try to sort of be serious about what I'm doing through DOdaily. The last couple of days in particular have been about sort of serious subjects, and I've been really pleased with them. I've got some nice feedback, and I think I've got my message across how I wanted to. Thursdays are just about me answering whatever you want to ask, talking about whatever you want to talk about. It's just a light-hearted way. Sometimes the questions might be serious, and I'll try and give the best answer I can, but it's not supposed to be too technical. It's not supposed to flow, it's not supposed to be about one particular subject. So thanks again for the questions this week. I appreciate them. As you can see, they're kind of jumping from one subject to another, but that's fantastic, isn't it? Because it gives me something to really think about. I've not pre-planned anything today, so I'm just sort of answering off the cuff, and hopefully it's making sense. But as you can see there, Kay asked, what is your favourite post-activity treat? I'm not sure if she's hinting. She's actually out at the moment, so there'll be no treats when she gets back. She's out doing a run. She's taken to going for a run whilst I do the live on a Thursday. That's a great way of listening, of course. Anybody else, if you want to, please remember, you can always catch up doing that. But, well, the reason she asked this, I asked her before she went out, why was she asking this question? Basically, one of our other little challenges during this mini lockdown period is to cut out the alcohol again. And I've mentioned in previous weeks, Thursday was a good time for us to sit back, have a glass of wine. We do a lot of preparation for the weekend, and Friday and the weekend and the start of next week. We have a few chats about what we're going to do, and we like to sit back and listen to certain things, and it was a time we'd have some nice food, a glass of wine, and unfortunately we can't have that now. We're going to do all the other stuff, but she said it got her thinking that, like, without the nice drink to look forward to tonight, what is it that I'm looking forward to? Because she's looking for ideas of what she can have post run, and basically, without sort of going against a lot of the things I've said on DOdaily, I'm one of those people, and rightly or wrongly, I love to indulge in a bit of high fat, alcoholic, high fat food. alcoholic drinks. I feel like I've earned it sometimes. Particularly if I've done a race. I like to celebrate with a few drinks. Perhaps burger and chips. Probably have that too often when I've not planned, to be honest. But I'm trying to improve that. But that's kind of my go-to thing. Particularly, I remember when the running club was going on a Sunday and we'd get all our long runs in. I'd be training for marathons, and then you come back and there's pub food available. There's a social environment to be involved in, and it was always about a burger or breakfast. And whilst that's not advisable, that's not the way to train for athletes. Of course, we're social runners. We do it for the fun of it. We're not intending to compete with Mo Farah and Kipchoge. So that's okay. Of course, I talk a lot about weight and not drinking, and we do these little sort of challenges for ourselves. And it's important to do everything in moderation. But my sort of favourite is definitely a burger. I think it's just to get them calories back in me and a few drinks to wash it down with. What's your favourite, Kay? Answer in the comments when you can. And everybody else, what's your favourite treat? Some people reach out for the chocolate. Some people reach out for the sweet. Some people like a nice healthy option. Well done to those. I wish I had that kind of discipline about me. But I'm trying, and hopefully I'll get there. And I think that's a great question to use as a throwback, to be honest. So please do comment. Please do sort of comment on any of the posts throughout the week. What's your favourite post-activity treat? Be fantastic to know. Just again to get some ideas, rather than us reach out for that not so good stuff, those burgers and those drinks. I'd love to get some ideas of what really works, some ideas on what people are doing and what makes them feel better. I know there's lots of people out there doing different things in terms of diets and nutrition. And sometimes it's just about taking in the right thing to make yourself feel better as well. Isn't it? I said the other day when I was saying we are what we think we are. We are what we eat sometimes. Of course, it's great to have a burger, and what gets me through that is the achievement from what I've done before. But sometimes we all know if you eat that kind of food too often, it doesn't help mood. It doesn't help the way we feel, and it's important to just sort of balance that off, with the right stuff and sort of taking the right nutrition. So like I say, I'm going to leave that with you as the throwback question this week. Once again, thank you for the questions. I really appreciate it, and thank you for such a great effort. Of course, tomorrow I'll be back, wake up to walk. I've got somewhere in mind, somewhere that really takes me back to the beginning. Hopefully it all works out well. It's light enough to produce a video in time, but I'm going to get there, going to go for a walk, attack the day. Like I said, I'm feeling really sort of busy, tired, but that's no excuse to sort of give up. I know by getting up early, by getting in that fresh air, by getting my video done for another week, been really pleased with what I've done this week. Like I say, the last 2 episodes in particular, if you've not watched them, check back. I'm starting to feel my confidence build again with it. And with the external things I'm working on and some really exciting projects, it's giving me the confidence to really give it a go, really keep doing what I do. Whilst there's lots of this kind of thing out there, all I'm trying to be here is honest, relatable, just like everybody else. I've spoke there about my my bad habits as much as any good habits. But yesterday as well, I was particularly honest at the end of that episode. Something I don't talk about very often. So whilst I'm doing that, I know I'm being honest to myself and getting the message across how I want to, and that's important. If you like what you've seen, guys, or if you want to support, there's lots of guys, and I'll thank them as well, who give me sort of unrelenting support. That's absolutely fantastic. Please share and subscribe. It means a lot. I'm just trying to build something. Said yesterday, it's not going away. So whilst it's not fantastic, I fully understand that. I'm still getting out of my comfort zone. But by continuing to sort of push and attack new things, try new things out, keep sort of working on ideas, it's giving me that confidence to keep going, and whether people watch it or not, I'm still here for those that want to. So give it a like and share. Tune in tomorrow. Love the Fridays. Really love getting up. Really love the routines I've got. When we spoke about that, didn't we? Rituals. So please do. Whilst others might question it, I'm not scared of doing it now. I've lost a few inhibitions in terms of how my voice sounds and things like that. So hopefully next week it will improve more, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the message will really start getting across. But once again, thank you for all the support. Keep watching. If you can't get out early, tune in, get a coffee, and I'll be rounding the week off of what we've spoken about so far, and looking forward to the weekend and the Saturday Selfie Challenge. Just doing it.